Welcome back to another comments address, and this is probably going to be the last comments address I do before the release of GB4. So, before we get to your comments, there's a few things I want to address real quick. So, the next couple of videos that are going to come out, they're basically at a delay because for some reason, the upload times have been really bad on my end. So, if any videos that are released sound a little off or miss time or doesn't really make sense because there's new news or new updates, that's why. I don't know which videos are going to be like that, but I'm just letting you know now. And because of that, I told y'all I was going to finally do a video on my initial thoughts. That was supposed to be on Friday. Now it's going into next week. So that will be coming out early next week. And you'll finally get to hear my thoughts on Gundam Breaker 4. Also, I'm going to vent for a sec. Not a big one, but I will never, ever again in my life pre-order a game through PlayStation Store digitally. Ever again. I will never do this again. And it's not too big of a deal, but I just don't have the time or the patience to deal with it anymore. Okay, you know what? Okay, my bad. Let me go back and explain to you the situation. So if you watch any of my earlier videos, in some of my videos, I've told y'all I want to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition. And I went ahead and finally got in touch with the PlayStation Store people, and it's not that I can't do it, but it's such a process that I'm just like, I will never ever do this again. If it wasn't for the fact, if I bought this digitally, I get a free upgrade to the PS5. If it wasn't for that, I would have never bought it this way. But because it came with a free upgrade and I wanted to play this day one, that's the only reason why I pre-ordered digitally. But after this, I'll never do this again. And my advice to everybody out there, at least who watches this video or in this audience, only buy physical. Unless for certain circumstance. But if you're going to pre-order physical. That's my recommendation. Don't do it digital. But it's not too big of a deal. That's why I didn't lose my mind. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to your comments.
I don't mean to be rude, but it's Kira Yamato, not Jesus Yamato. If you've seen him in Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2, 3 and Reborn or played SD Gundam Battle Alliance and seen Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, it's always Kira Yamato. And please don't call me heathen. Oh, another thing, you shouldn't say Deadpool in a YouTube streaming because if you do he'll pop up on screen from out of nowhere.
I can't really address this second part, so we'll see what happens during my next live stream. Now, for the Jesus Yamato part, now I wasn't around for the height of this debate, at least from my understanding. Like I said, I learned about this whole entire thing from a couple of YouTube videos. But anyways, from my understanding, why the Jesus Yamato name is a thing, and I think it's more than what's stated here, but at least for me, you got to explain how Kira survived that attack. Have you looked into the Freedom Gundam? Do you understand that the Freedom Gundam has a nuclear engine? And don't get me wrong, I understand this is fantasy, but for me, that was a hard sell. He basically took a nuclear blast to the face and survived. Oh, and let's not talk about the fallout that will probably come from that. So I don't know. To me, and see, that was a hard sell for me. But that's why, at least that's one of the reasons why I understand why he got the Jesus Yamato nickname. Because yeah, even I, as somebody who turns off his brain when watching shows, even that was a hard sell for me.
Love its design. It would be awesome to see it in Gundam Breaker 4.
I can definitely see folks doing stop motion animations with the diorama mode.
Yeah, I agree. I could see that happening. That's actually a pretty good idea. I may try to try something myself.
Don't build just yet. GB4 is on its way, and everyone is hyped for it. Even me OFC.
After GB4 Plus Seasons Pass on my Switch, I'll get both the HG Infinite Justice Gundam Type 2 and HG Gundam Amazing Barbados Lupus.
So to answer the second comment first, so I'm guessing you thinking those will be in the game. I think those would be cool, especially Amazing Barbatos. I think that would be cool to see, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Maybe one of the DLCs, maybe in their own update. But hey, anytime you can add more Gundams or more mobile suits, I'm totally for it. But I hope they add the ones that I want one day. As for the first comment, don't worry. It's looking like I'm not going to be building this month. So, and I guess I'll say it here, that on August 29th, I will be live streaming Gundam Breaker 4 day 1. And here's the plan. At around, if it comes out at 12 o'clock midnight, I will be playing it for just a little bit, at least the beginning. And then once I'm tired, I'll probably just stop. And then I will wake up at 9 o'clock and I'm going to be streaming from 9 till 12. I'm going to take a 2-hour break and I'll be back from 2 to 6. Well, either 5 or 6, depending on what happens. So that's the goal for August 29th. So I'm going to be streaming pretty much majority of that day. So I hope to see y'all there. And to celebrate the release of Gundam Breaker 4, I already chose what model kit I will be building for next month, or I should say Gunpla now. And that is, boom. That will be next month's live stream build. So I hope to see y'all in September where I will be building this kit.
Nightingale is monstrous just from his appearance. He looks like he was made to single-handedly change the course of a war.
I don't know if any of y'all have been listening to this channel for the past couple of months, but I have stated in one of my videos that I have a Gundam bias, and there's very few mobile suits in Gundam that I like that's not a Gundam. And Nightingale is one of the few mobile suits that I absolutely like. Actually, to give you a little bit of my history with Gundam, the reason why I got into using Photoshop was to create my own Gundams. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Nightingale was the base of one of the mobile suits, I should say, that I customized back in the day. Actually, it's one of the few kits that I hope to get one day. But it's not going to be anytime soon. I got a few more kits before that one to get, but I absolutely want to get Nightingale one day. Because yes, I do love that mobile suit.
Okay. I'm glad they added more seed units. Hope they add more.
Hope they will add Sengoku Astray and Fenice Renashida.
You know what? I'll say this. I'm okay if they add more. I just hope they give other franchises some love too, because there's a lot of mobile suits I think we could all agree we hope is added to this game. But I'm not going to disagree. It will be cool to see other Seed mobile suits added, but I also hope they add more from other franchises too. And those two could be added, but I think it depends on if they want to give the Build series any kind of love. And I'm not talking about the Metaverse, because that makes sense that that series will have representation, because this is supposed to be a continuation of that series, not the rest of the Build series. And I know a lot of y'all, even in my comments, is asking for more Build Gundam representation, and I wouldn't mind seeing more Gundams come in from the Build series myself, particularly the side stories.
I hope they can polish the graphics more on PS5 and PC.
And I hope I could get a disc PS5 in general, particularly the Pro. And just know I have an update on the PS5 Pro, so make sure to check out Unknown Updates. That new episode will be out at the end of this month, and I will update you on that news.
Final online network test and 19 days to go until full release. Alright, viewers, make sure your video is on YouTube and give the review of the second session was because holy cow, the SD Gundam hit hard as heck.
Nope, I'm not going to do that on this channel. I'm not giving you a review. What I'm giving you is my initial thoughts, which that will be coming out next week, because like everything on this channel, everything has been pushed back. But I will say this, and this is something I do mention, that yes, I do agree. The SD Gundams do hit harder than what you think. So come back next week and check out my initial thoughts, and I'll tell you what I think about the entire online network test on the week of release.
Okay, now the open network test is over. Managed to make 2 Astray Gundams in the form of Devil May Cry, Dante Astray and Virgil Astray. Also made the new Jigen. Can't wait for the game to come out so I can play the game in full.
That sounds tight. I wish I could see them. You know what I want to do? I want to find out a way where y'all can either submit your fan art or your Gundam builds over to me and I could check them out. Not really for a review or whatever, but just to showcase what y'all do. So if anyone has any suggestions on how to do that, leave it in the comment down below, because I would love to feature some of your fan art or your actual Gundam Breaker 4 builds on this channel. At least some of it.
It kinda sucks that your Gundam Breaker 3 builds are gone, but if you still have the older videos of them, you might just be able to recreate them.
Thank you for this. I definitely appreciate this comment. But I don't know, because I think when I played that first playthrough, that was before I started recording my gameplay. So I gotta look. I hopefully had it, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, it sucks. I'm not happy about it, but what can I say? GB4 is almost here. So I guess that's just a sign for me to move on from it. I technically have 2 more videos I would like to do on Gundam Breaker 3, but I don't think I have the time. So yeah, the next time I talk about, and maybe the last time I talk about Gundam Breaker 3, will probably be that initial thoughts video. At least for a while.
I'll play this game on offline mode.
I would highly suggest going online if it's possible.
I'm going to be offline as well, more than likely. Can't get online that much.
I do agree. Online mode is pretty cool, but I also agree with being offline because I'm technically a single player kind of person. So I'm very, very used to playing my games offline. Hey, Gundam Breaker 3, I didn't even get online till my second playthrough, so that should tell you something.
That is good for both Mighty Strike Freedom fans and players who can enjoy free patched in Gunpla. Can't wait to see what other news pops up between now and the release.
It's funny that you say this because as a recording of this video, I actually do have some news for y'all. I just don't know if that video is going to come out before this video or after this video. But I do have some news, so make sure you subscribe so you know when that video comes out.
I wish the Gundam IP would have some remastered versions at this point. I want to play Gundam Dynasty Warriors.
So, in Power Rangers Wild Force there was an episode called Forever Red, which featured every Red Ranger up to that point. However, the showrunners had issues getting the idea off the ground because the execs wondered why they were advertising old toys. I am just saying, the lack of remastered Gundam games may be due to a similar mindset.
Dynasty Warriors Gundam, agreed, though the Gundam IP was the funnest DW games IMO.
My brother, I agree. It's like they are allergic to money.
I'm happy to hear about Forever Red in the comments section. That was my favorite, or one of my favorite Power Rangers episodes when I used to watch it. Really good episode, although the ending was terrible. It was really bad. But I found out later that it was because of the budget. So, makes sense. But in my personal opinion, that episode should have been an hour. Now, beyond that, going back to the Gundam stuff, but I agree a lot with what y'all said. I never got a chance to own Dynasty Warriors Gundam, but I did play it, and I actually did have fun. And I would love for another one of those to come out. Like I said, I never owned the game, but I did play it once, and I did enjoy it. So my hope is one day, and that's only if they don't release a new one, I would love to go back and play 3. But that's only if I could find a copy, or I can afford it.
Woo, let's go.
Exactly! Yes, I agree.
Can't you just color the Phaz into ZZ colors, and swap out the Phaz head for ZZ? Boom. There you have the full armor ZZ.
No, it doesn't solve the problem, because just because you put the Double Zeta's head on the Phaz does not make it a full armor Double Zeta Gundam. There's still 2 different mobile suits, which thanks to some of y'all in the comments, because we had this conversation when it came to the Wing Zero and the Wing Proto Zero. And y'all were the ones, well, some of y'all taught me that those were two different mobile suits. And it's the same thing with the Fast and the Full Armor Double Zeta Gundam. They are technically two different mobile suits. They're not the same. And actually, if you look on the screen, you can see that there's differences and variations between the two mobile suits. So no, it's not the Full Armor Double Zeta Gundam. It is just the Double Zeta Gundam's head on the Fast, but there's still two different mobile suits. So no, it doesn't fix the problem. Shout out to Technicalities.
Wait a sec. Did I miss something, or is there no bear guy?
Yeah, I think you missed something, because yeah, there's a bear guy. There should be a bear guy in the game. Absolutely.
Just a few more weeks.
As the recording of this video, no, we're only a few more days away. And with that being said, this is the final comments address I'm going to do before the release of Gundam Breaker 4, so that's something to look forward to. And also, just so you know, there will be another update, a news update video coming either right after this or a day after this, because there is another update I do need to inform y'all about. I don't want to do it in this video, but I will do it in the next one. And then after that, you can expect a few more gameplays and then my initial thoughts. And then from there, we're going to get ready for the Gundam Breaker 4 launch. So that's something to be ecstatic about. So if you wouldn't mind it on your way out, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, help me grow this channel, help me build this community, and help me hit my next milestone.